Meeting is now called to order at 2 minutes past 6. Let us all stand and listen to the recital of the national anthem of Guyana.
Dear land of Guyana, of rivers and plains, made rich by the sunshine and lush by the rains, say a gem lie and fair between mountains and seas, your children salute you, dear land of
The free land of Guyana, our heroes of yore, both bondsmen and free, laid their bones on your shore. This soil so they hallowed, and from them are we, all sons of one mother, Guyana, the great land of Guyana, diverse though our strains, we're born of their sacrifice, heirs of their pains, and ours is the glory their eyes did not see. One land of 6 peoples, united and free.
land of Guyana, to you will we give our homage, our service each day that we live. God guard you, great mother, and make us to be more worthy our heritage. Land of the free.
Thank you. Let us observe a minute of silence for those lions and leos who've been called to higher service. Thank you. We will now have reflections and invocation done by Lion Jerry Hoffman, District Governor of District 60E. And if you're more comfortable, you take your seats. Thank you. District Governor Lion Jerry.
Yes, thank you, Council Chair. Let we pray for our meetings. Heavenly Father, in our hearts we plan our course, but we pray that you establish our steps. I pray that we seek you for advice. Let us not make decisions based upon what we know, but let us act based upon your wisdom. Please guide us, Lord. Strengthen the council chairperson Denise Bentic, the district governors, and other officers in tough decisions. Help us to work as a unified team and combining ideas for a great outcome. And help us to work as a team on our shared mission. Father, our heart, our minds is in your hands so that you may direct us in this meeting. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, District Governor Jerry. So, Lions and Leos, welcome to our fourth and final Council of Governors meeting for the fiscal year 2021-2022. And I trust that you will enjoy this meeting and the information provided would be a useful record of what the multiple district has done during this year. I will now introduce or recognize those present. I would like to recognize all the presidents and members of the various clubs of our multiple district. I would like to recognize all the district officers. I would recognize the multiple district committee chairpersons and members of those committees. I would like to recognize the multiple district global action team, members being the global membership team coordinator, past council chair line Nadine Bushell, and the global service team coordinator line Dave Scarlett. In absentia, global leadership team coordinator, past council chair line Elrich Stevens. LCIF coordinator for the multiple district line Ina Noseworthy Cohen. I'd like to recognize all the past international officers, past council chairs, and past district governors, especially the past council chair line Denise Forrest. I also recognize the vice district governors, vice district governor of 60A, line Natasha Hamilton, second vice district governor, and line Shabiki Kazabon, first vice district governor. Of 60B, the second vice district governor, line Carla Goddard, and the first vice district governor, line Nicholas DeCosta. I also recognize the district governors, District Governor 60A, line Jerry Hoffman, and the district governor and vice council chairperson of 60B, line Claudio Boncampo. I also recognize past international director, line Terry Boswell Innes. I also recognize area leader for LCIF, past council chair, line Malcolm Corwan. I recognize the two board appointees, board appointee Leo Lyon, Stefani Vin, and board appointee, past international director, Lion Nicolene Carol Moore. I am Denise Bentic, your council chairperson, and I almost forgot, sorry about that. With me is our council secretary, treasurer, line Patricia Gray. Thank you all. I will now invite Council Secretary Lion Patricia Gray to do the roll call, and apologies.
Thank you, Line Council Chair. Line Council Chair, members of council, past international officers, district officers, Lions Hall. Roll call is taken by observation of officers and Lions logged on. And I wish to announce apologies from past council chair Lion Eldridge Stevens, past council chair, council chair Lion Shirley Cattell Hendricks, and past council chair Lion Sherwin Greenidge, and cabinet secretary District 60A Lion Marlin Fongloy. Council.
Thank you very much. We now move to agenda point 4, which is the adoption of the agenda. And I now invite a motion from council for the adoption of the agenda. It was previously circulated.
This is Jerry Hoffman, District Governor of 60A. Council, I move a motion for adoption of the agenda of the third council meeting of fiscal year 2021-2022.
Council Chair, good afternoon, my fellow Lions. This is District Governor Lion
Second.
Claudio Boncampo. I second the motion for the adoption of the agenda of the fourth council meeting dated May 20th, 2022.
Thank you very much. The motion is carried. We now move on to agenda point number 5, minutes of the Council of Governors meeting, which was the third Council of Governors meeting, which was held on March 6, 2020. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If there are no corrections, I invite a motion for the adoption of the minutes.
Council Chair, this is Lion Claudio Boncampo, District Governor 60B. I move a motion for the adoption of the minutes of the third council meeting held on March 6, 2022 be accepted into the records of multiple District 60.
Motion for second.
Lion Jerry, you're muted.
DG Jerry.
Yes, my excuse. Council Chair, I second the motion for adoption of the minutes of the third council meeting held in March 2022 in this fiscal year.
Thank you. Thank you, District Governors. The minutes are now part of the record of the multiple district. We now move on to matters arising from the minutes. I note that there's a couple of matters arising, but some of these will form part of the substantive reports to be presented. For example, under constitutional and bylaws, there is a matter there. And also, well, I know past Council Chair Lion Sherwin Greenidge, he's not present, but there was one action item there to develop terms of reference for an archivist. I'm not too sure that was done, or I should say, as far as I know, it was not done as yet. So that is still a pending matter, but he's not here to respond if any update is made. So those are the two matters I am aware of. Are there any other matters arising from the floor?
Not on my end line, Council Chair.
Okay, we will. Yes, we will move on. I now invite Council Secretary, Line Patricia Gray, to read the correspondence. Share your screen. Share the screen. Just bear with us. Council Secretary is sharing our screen. Go ahead and read it.
Correspondence lines all will commence from the 11th March 2022. I commence with the incoming correspondence on
Go ahead with that.
on the 11th March. We received from District and Admin Club Admin LCI requesting the submission of MD report form from DA 901. This had to be on the 22nd of March from Lion Thomas Pinkerton. Matters related to voting and election for vice district governors in a hybrid version of the multiple district convention. On the 23rd, from line Stephanie Edward from District 63, the planned District 63 Youth Camp and Exchange. On the 25th, from the Leadership Department, Lions Club International, acknowledging a notice for the deferral of the scheduled ELLI. On the 7th of April, from Lions Stephanie, offering an invitation to the District 63 Convention, which was held on from the 22nd to 24th of April 2022. On the 11th of May, from Line Peaches McMaster, telling us about the payment in the sum of $410 for the submission of 18 recipes and the purchase of 20 cookbooks supporting the cookbook project. And on May 12th, from Registration Division LCI, we received a list of the multiple district 60 registrants for the LCI Convention 2022 in Montreal. On the 13th, from line Claire Davidson Williams, seeking clarification of a payment for 2 extra recipes, and she got a response from Lion Peaches that the excess be considered a contribution to the project. And on the 14th of May, from Secretary Parwani, list of delegates to the 42nd Multiple District Convention. Those were the pieces of incoming correspondence. And if you would allow me, I'll proceed with the outgoing correspondence. On the 15th of March, from Council Chairperson to past international officers, sharing the 42nd Multiple District Convention schedule, and also on the 15th of March to club presidents in the multiple district, letter of appreciation for members' attendance at the third Council of Governors meeting, which was held on March 6th. Lion Steph, Claire Davidson responded to Lion Stephanie, acknowledging the order of 5 copies of the Caribbean Cookbook. On the 20th, PCC Elridge sent to faculty members notifying of the Zoom link for faculty meeting, which was scheduled on the 30th of March. And on the 22nd, from Council Secretary Treasurer to past international officers and multiple district members, a letter of invitation, a letter of convention update from Council Chairperson, and the convention registration form, as well as a schedule of the convention events. Lion Elridge in March sent a letter to the LCI Leadership Development Department notifying of the agreed deferral of the hosting of the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute. And from the 22nd, from Council Secretary Treasurer to region chairpersons in the multiple district, offering and sharing information of the multiple district 60 uniform for the International Parade of Nations, which takes place at the International Convention in Montreal. Council Chairperson Denise responded to Lion Stephanie of District 63, advising that contact be made with Lion Nicola Calendar with the Youth Camp Exchange. Lion Nadine Bushell, past Council Chair, to Manager Royal Bank, Trinidad and Tobago, following up on the application for an addition of a signatory to the USD account in the name of the multiple district. Council Secretary Treasurer on the 5th of April sent delegation events, Lions Club International requesting space for hosting of the joint Multiple District 60 and MD 60 reception in Montreal during the convention. Council Chair sent to President of the Lions Club of Paramaribo a letter of condolence on the passing of past Council Chair Lion Waldo Rambial. Council Secretary Treasurer sent to Lions Club International Parade Committee applying to participate in the International Parade of Nations on the 25th of June. The membership global team sent out to membership multiple district committee members letters from Council Chair. The letter from Council Chairperson with attached presentations for the mid-year conference. 1, engaging new members. Secondly, developing club membership profile, assessing member stability, and a guide to recruiting lions. I'm coming closely to the end from Council Secretary, the past international officers and members of MD Committee, invitation to the 4th Council of Governors meeting with attachment of minutes and agenda. From Council Chairperson on the 4th of May, the Lions and Leos giving convention updates and the registration to District 63 Youth Camp and Exchange 2022 to be held in Martinique from the 14th to the 25th of July 2022. From IT Chairperson to Club Presidents, the New Voices promotional video. From Council Chairperson to District Governors, Lions and Leos, the AP for VP campaign brochures for circulation. And on the 16th of May, from Council Chairperson to Lions Gloria Kingston of District 63, Lion Thibault Richards, past District Governor District A 711, Lion Sandy Hiralal Jordan, District Governor AD 7. District A 711, she sent them invitations to attend the 42nd Multiple District Convention. Those were our pieces of incoming and outgoing correspondence.
Thank you, Council Secretary, Treasurer, Patricia. Lyons, do we have any matters arising from the correspondence or any questions emanating from those correspondence? Okay, just to add, in terms of the international convention, a report will be presented. You will get details on that. And the other piece of important correspondence there is the invitation from District 63 for our young persons, whether they are lions or Leos that fall within the age group, to participate in the youth exchange, youth camp exchange, which takes place from July 14th to 25th in Martinique. Details were circulated um, in to your district sources. Okay, we now move on. Thank you, Council Secretary, Treasurer. We now move on to item 7, and that also will be followed by item 8, which will be presented by Council Secretary, Treasurer, and Patricia Gray.
Thank you, Lion Council Chair. Lions, I proceed to present the revised budget for the fiscal year 2021-2022. As on screen, I will speak to the explanations.
It is here? You share
Isn't
it?
sharing? Are we seeing it?
No, we are not, Lion Patricia.
We not see it.
Is it up now?
Yes, it should be coming up now.
Are we seeing the document on screen?
Yes, it's up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Item. We're looking at membership. The membership was reduced to, we had anticipated one receiving $6,472 from membership dues from District 6A and 6B. The total of 6,000 from 60A, $6,458, and 60B, $7,858. Membership reduced to 1,116 as of January 22 for 60A, and reduced to 1,509.953 at January 1, 2022. So there was no net growth at the time of billing. the total, therefore, of $14,321 dollars instead of $16,081. That was the difference there based on the reduction of the membership.
Sorry, Lion Council, sir, could you scroll
I
up?
go down to
I'm not
uh,
Lion Council, sir. Could you scroll up the document because I'm not seeing what you're reading.
you're seeing it now?
Yeah, she's scrolling up her screen.
You're seeing it now, Lion Shariki?
Mm, okay. I think you were reading from the top. No?
You need to go to the top, Council Secretary. We are seeing like Council Secretary, Treasurer, Fair. So you need to move more up. Yeah, go to the top. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, good.
That's okay?
Yes.
Reading from
Yeah.
Yes, better. Thank
All right. So we move to expenditure. And if we look at there's an approved at second council of governors for the reallocation to cover mid-year conference expenses in the sum of $1,164. And then for the multiple, so that money was reallocated, and for the multiple district convention to Grand Cayman, there's a decrease in the actual cost of the ticket for council chairperson that was budgeted for $1,500, and the actual cost is $1,106. The accommodation and meals remain the same. For the airfare to council secretary's airfare, there's a decrease. Sorry, there's a decrease. What was budgeted was $1,500, and the actual ticket cost is $1,366. There's an overall decrease, therefore, in the sum of $3,118. The original figure here of $3,792 is now down to $3,318. There's a decrease due to loss in membership as of January 1, 2022, and therefore the convention fund, which was budgeted at $1,847, is now actually $1,797. Communication, online meetings, and related IT services. Yes, there was a budgeted figure of $1,450, and the actual figure here now is $2,400, as there's increased costs associated with the hosting and streaming of the multiple district convention. Yes.
The document need to scroll up again. Thanks.
Just scroll up.
Yes, you're okay now. Actually, yes, because I'm reading from one and I did. So we are now at here, International Convention Canada. The budgeted airfare was $1,200 and the actual ticket cost is $1,498 for the council chairperson. The actual ticket, the budgeted airfare was $1,200 for council secretary treasurer, and the actual ticket cost is $1,165. So there are decreases there in those two actual costs. And that gives us an overall increase of the overall difference of $3,983. Looking at, I did the 750, which was allocated to USA Canada Forum District 63 Congress and other regional and international meetings. This sum was reallocated to here the hosting of and tokens for international visitors. This was increased to cover for multiple district convention to $1,000. Audit fees, which was budgeted at $250, is now increased to $350 based on current rates. Bank charges was listed at $208 and an increase to $400 in light of actuals to date. And for miscellaneous, there was $50. It was increased. It is now increased to $73 to cover international calls. Yes, line council chair, those were the differences made to the budget.
Thank you, Council Secretary. I will just pause a moment here. I will invite members, if you have any comments to make or you have any questions to pose at this time regarding the revised budget. As Council Secretary presented it, you would have noted in one instance the cost of the airfare was more in terms of the two officers, and that had to do with the time of purchasing the ticket. The prices change at an instant, and it all depends when you pay for it and
Exchange
finalize
rate.
the arrangements. And those arrangements were finalized after we were assured, well, in my case as council secretary, council chairperson, being assured that I was issued with a visa to travel to Canada. So you couldn't book before. So that was, but there's an offset. The total cost associated with travel has not increased. It's less than budget for the two categories, which is Grand Cayman and Montreal. Are there any other questions? If not, well, then I'll invite council to move the motion for this
District
revision.
Governor
Yes.
60A, Barry Hoffman. I move a motion for adoption of the revised finance report budget as present from the council secretary on the 20th of May in this fiscal year 2021-2022.
Line Council Chair, Line Claudio
Thank you.
I, Line Claudio Boncampet, District Governor 60B, second the motion for the approval of the revised budget as presented by Council Secretary on May 20th, 2022.
I would just like the records to reflect that this was sent to the Finance Committee. So the Finance Committee did receive this and review the document. You could proceed to the other presentation. The current state of the account.
Okay,
Have you shared it?
I think.
It's not shared as yet.
Yes, Council Chair and members of Council and fellow Lions. Yes, I'm looking at the current status of the account. Okay. Yes, Lions, I'm sorry about that. Pray for your indulgence. On the we had bank balances as at March. The bank balance was $47,984.15. And then in April, we had some debit amounts, 275 for the bank charges, paper statement and monthly charges. And in the credit side, we had $1,570.50. And so that balance as of April 19 was $49,191.81. In May, our debits again, 275 for paper statement and monthly charges, and $3,568.17. We had credits $391.50, $3,185, $3,894, and $400. Our balance as at May is $51,486.27. Now the paper statements and the monthly charges amounted to $8 for that period. At the moment, the bank charges and bank charges from wire transfers and other deposits is currently being computed, because what we found is that the statements we receive from deposits, the amount differs from what is actually received in the bank account, and it appears as though those differences amount to bank charges for which we are carrying for wire transfers and other deposits. Then, Council Chair, those are my explanations. I will continue with our bills for payment. And this was also sent to the Finance Committee for perusal. And so the bills of payment presented, Lion Denise Bente, Council Chairperson. There's a refund for courier and the customs charges for the moving around of the peace poster in the sum of $178. The multiple district Zoom account to upgrade for the to accommodate more than 100 persons on the platform for this meeting, and for multiple district convention in the sum of $25. Lion Denise Bente, Council Chair's airfare to the Cayman Island, $1,160. Meals and accommodation as of the budget, $396. Her airfare to international convention, $1,498, and the meals and accommodation as of the budget, $660. Council Secretary airfare to the Cayman Islands, $1,366, and accommodation and meals remain as budgeted. Airfare to international convention, $1,165 for Council Secretary Treasurer. Meals and accommodation as of the budget. International guests for LCIF contribution and token, $600. Multiple district officers, awards and gifts, $500. Cayman Island Lions, the convention subvention, $1,797. USA Canada Leo Leadership Forum, contribution to international programs, $200. And the Leo program support, $300. Audit fees, $350. And the miscellaneous for international calls and printing, $73. Those were the amounts presented for bills of payment, and the Finance Committee had perused this already.
Thank you, Council Secretary Treasurer like Patricia Gray. Yes, indeed, the bills of payment were sent to the Finance Committee, and they have approved these bills as presented. It must be noted that some of these bills, the payment has not yet been made, like for, of course, audit fees and contributions, tokens, and so on. Not the entire amount has not been spent, but we're making sure that we seek approval at this last meeting to be able to cover those costs. So I will invite a motion to be moved for the approval of these bills of payment. That's one. And then secondly, you heard the report on the status of our bank balances, and Council Secretary noted that she's still trying to unravel some information on the bank statements. What was discovered is that, for example, someone will say they sent a certain sum, let's say $410, but the bank statement reflects $391 or something less than that. But it's not immediately clear until you get the other supporting documents. Well, that is the exact transaction. Sometimes the narrative is not clear. It's just a reference number. So, but you could guess and say, well, the difference is because of some fee which, or the exchange rate loss associated. So that has to be sorted. And we noticed that in the case of dues payment and so on. So that has to be sorted. But the ending balance is as she indicated there, based on the reconciliation. So District Governors, Council of Governors, I now invite you to move a motion for the adoption of these records.
Lion
If
Council
there are
Chair.
no further questions.
I see Lion Isaac has his hand up.
Sorry about that, Lion Isaac. You could proceed with your question.
Thank you, Lion Council Chair. Can you hear me?
Yes, I could.
All right. I'd just like to make an observation here. If my memory serves me correctly, the constitution of multiple district, certainly during my period, and I have not seen anything that indicates a change in the procedure, was that allowable amounts were identified against certain reimbursables, which, if exceeded, would need to be approved by council. What has come to my mind is that we need, because there's no doubt that the expenses that you have outlined here are valid and necessary, but we seem to be abandoning that approach of looking at what the allowed amounts are and applying for approval for the differences when they arise. So I'm just suggesting that we look at that, because it doesn't make sense that we have a constitution that identifies amounts which we don't seem to making any references to, particularly for the benefit of, if we haven't done any changes, for the benefit of the incoming council chairpersons. We need to make an adjustment on our constitution for multiple district to allow us that flexibility. And when we are doing our accounts, are getting approvals for amounts, that we identify the allowable amount and get approval for the difference between what's in the constitution and what we have to pay. That's just an observation that I've made, and I think we need to address that, because there's an anomaly there if we are making a budget which exceeds the allowables and there is no room in the constitution to make the adjustment as necessary. We know that things are very volatile these days, so that adjustment would have to be made, but it's just the procedure of going about it. Those are my
Okay.
observations, Lion Council Chair.
Thank you, Past District Governor Lion Isaac, but I wasn't too sure. I know that there is a fixed amount for awards, which we have not exceeded, and then there's a fixed amount in terms of the accommodation, allowances for accommodation and meals, and that has not been exceeded. It's far less than what we expect. So I wasn't too sure if there was any particular expense that we have done so. So, but I will follow up with you at the conclusion of this meeting to get some more information.
All right,
But
thank you, Lion Council Chair. Just like to mention that there's a danger of you're mixing me up.
yes,
with
and thank you
Isaac.
for your observation. Yes.
There's a danger that you're
Is
mixing
it?
up with Lion Isaac.
Is
Lion
it?
Isaac Solomon is different to Lion Isaac.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was a member of the finance committee that was
no.
speaking. All right then. Sorry about that.
Lion Isaac has hair. I don't have any.
We needed that icebreaker.
If that helps.
Thank you. Thank you for that observation. Yes, and I certainly seek further guidance in but I doubt that we have exceeded the line, the ones which are statutory. Thank you. So, yes, did we have the motion? Let's have the motion now.
Yes, so Council Chair, I, Lion Claudio Boncampa, District Governor, District 60B, move a motion for the approval of the bill payments as presented by Council Secretary Treasurer on May 20th, 2022.
And Council, I second the motion for approval of the bill of payments that presented by the Council Secretary on the 20th of May and this fiscal year 2021-2022.
Thank you very much. The motion is carried. We now move on to agenda item point 9, reports from the multiple district committees. And we will start off with the first report from past Council Chair Lion Lindell Smith, Constitution and Bylaws Committee. Is Lion Lindell logged on?
And Council, I'm not seeing his name as an attendee. I don't know if there's anyone else that may be presenting it on his behalf.
Is past District Governor is Lion Pinkerton, past District Governor Lion Pinkerton logged on?
Yes, he is Lion Council.
Yes, I am Lion Council.
Yes, past District Governor Lion Pinkerton, you are a member of the Constitution and Bylaws Committee. Are you in a position to provide an update at this point in time?
The situation is, Lion Council Chair, that Lion Linden did send around a note a couple of days ago in terms of stating what he had intended to report at this meeting. I would need to check it in my other phone to see if I have it recorded there. So what I would suggest you do is take another report, and by that time I will try and see if I can raise it.
Okay, past District Governor Lion Thomas Pinkerton, we revisit that at the end of after the other reports have been presented. So I'll now move on to the presentation of the report by the Leo Program Chairperson, Lion Nicola Calenda. Lion Nicola, are you there?
Hi, good evening. Yes, please, I am certainly here.
Hi.
Hi, good evening. Just give me 1 minute. Let me share the presentation. Am I good for that, Carla? Okay.
Streaming the report.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so we are ready. Good evening, everyone. Council Chairperson, Lion Denise Bentic, PMJF, members of Council, other distinguished Lions and Leos, my fellow Lions, good afternoon. This is the report of the Multiple District Leo Program Committee for the Lionistic year 2021-2022. This evening, we will look at the multiple district Leo Club statistics, service activities done for the year, looking back and to the future, brief look at the Leo Leadership Grant, benefits of the mentorship program, and of course, the upcoming Leo Forum. Leos in the multiple district continue to diligently serve their communities with kindness over the last 2 months, supported by their Lions clubs. The Leo district chairpersons and Leo liaison officers worked with their Leo clubs, encouraging them to register and report their activities on My Lion. They also worked with the Leo clubs, seeking to reactivate those clubs that were inactive or dormant wherever it was possible. This is still an ongoing process. The statistics to date indicate that at last night, we have a closing balance of 994 Leos registered at Lions Club International. As it relates to the clubs themselves, we still have 31 Alpha clubs and 40 Omega clubs. In the few coming months, some of those clubs may disappear because, especially in the Alpha clubs, they don't seem to have been recovering very well from the effects of COVID, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. The evidence on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and in some cases, My Lion, indicate that the Leos of the multiple district, despite COVID-19, have been working in their communities to relieve hunger. They've made donations to children living with cancer. They've done environmental projects. They're working to ensure that everyone is aware of diabetes. Particularly this year, they worked with the period poverty. This was a very proud and very worthwhile project for the Leos. They really enjoyed that particular project. Mental health issues, of course, were the talk of the day as the Leos discussed in their clubs mental health issues. And generally, well, we liken it to the effects of COVID. Of course, I'm sure that persons have been dealing with mental health issues before they were intensified by the COVID-19 shutdowns et al. The area of fundraising is always a challenge, and this year was littered with grab and goes and dotted with online paid activities. The Leos did well in these areas. Looking back into the future, our Leo pin and our Lions pin, the heads look back and to the future. And basically, the Leos have served well, yes, over the year. They've struggled because of the impact of COVID. The COVID impact is very real. Some Leo clubs did not survive it. 3 clubs in the multiple district were canceled, actually. Some are still struggling to return to an acceptable normalcy. Virtual meetings have found its place, but we are social beings. Between the ages of 12 and 35, we are at our highest of our social lives. It has not been an easy journey for some of our Leos as they navigate online school, return to classes, catching up with studies, exams coming up, mental health issues, of course, arising from, again, the impact of COVID-19. The Leo advisors turned up for service, and they are appreciated. They must be commended and encouraged to continue working with their Leo clubs, establishing Leo committees in their sponsoring Lions clubs to continue the work that they've started this Lions Day year. Recognition. This is not our purpose, but we are all aware that it can be a motivator. Lion President's Awards for work well done in your Leo clubs will certainly be appreciated by your Leos. Lions Club International suggests a few which can be considered for Leos. There's the Leo Club President Achievement Award. There's the Leo Club, the Leo Award of Honor Award, the Leo Club Pride Award. We still have some time on this one. You have the Leo Club Excellence Award. And of course, as you wrap up the Lionistic year, there are some Leo clubs that you will be able to identify for this award. Do not let this opportunity pass. The time must be getting a little slim. Okay. The Leo Club Leadership, Leo Leadership Grant. Now, the last time I spoke about a grant, and I haven't seen anyone taking advantage of it, but I certainly don't want you to miss out on this one, the Leo Leadership Grant. And I'm going to issue a challenge to the Leos of multiple District 60 to organize and facilitate a Leo Leadership Conference within the next 13 months. LCI provides a US $2,000 grant to assist. We have attended many well-organized Leo events this Lionistic year. And in the past, we have been seeing projects, and we know the potential of our Leos. An event like this will certainly exemplify the purpose of the Leo clubs, to provide an opportunity to develop leadership skills, gain experience. And this is something certainly the sponsoring Lions clubs can work with the Leos on trying to organize, especially as we look to ensure that the effects of COVID are more in the past and we look to a brighter future. The Leos need some social activity. They need to get together in one place, face to face. And I believe that kicking off an event like this for the Leos in the multiple district will be an advantage for the Leo clubs. District Leo chairpersons and Leo liaisons will gladly share more information on this with the Leo presidents. This, coupled with looking at the service grant and implementation of the well thought out multiple district mentoring program, suggests that the future of Leoism here in multiple district 60 is pregnant with significant enlightening possibilities aimed at making Leoism journey a thrilling experience for our youth. The benefits of the mentoring program we would have identified. While it has not been implemented, it is certainly something that we should look towards kicking off very early in the next Lionistic year. The benefits include developing future leaders from our Leo program, support personal and professional growth of the Leos, provide an opportunity for Lions and the Leos to interact with each other and build positive relationships with each other, to enhance the membership experience of both Lions and Leos, and of course, to provide an opportunity for Lions and Leos to learn from each other. I must be at full time. Please permit me to invite all Lions and Leos to the Leo Forum, which comes up on March the 28th. Starts at 8 a.m. Jamaica time, Cayman time, 9 a.m. Eastern, and 10 a.m. Suriname time. The feature will be a dialogue with the Lions and the Leos, spearheaded by 3 panelists. Let's go back once. Just wonder. 3 panelists, well known to both sub-districts, and we will engage in discussion on the future of Leoism in multiple districts 60. Lions and Leos, as you register for the convention, please register a Leo so that they will not be called upon to pay the nominal $270. It might be nominal to us, but certainly for the Leos, when they go on, some of them possibly don't even have credit cards. And it's only a one-time fee for you as you register. So certainly we're also looking at alternatives to get a link out to Leos. So Leos, once you will be attending this meeting, please make sure that you contact your Leo advisor, your Leo club president, your Lions club president, so that they will be able to assist you in ensuring that you are able to attend this very important virtual Leo Forum. I understand that there's a very, very special guest who will want to address you. And I invite you all to come out on the 28th, early in the morning, nice and fresh and early. Come out in the morning and attend the multiple district virtual Leo Forum. Council Chairperson Lion Denise, we want to thank you for the support shown to the Leo program this Lionistic year. Many thanks for the opportunity to serve and to share with the Lions and Leos of the multiple district through this forum. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Lion Nicola. I know there were some ups and downs and changes, but certainly I share your optimism in terms of the possibilities for Leos to have a thrilling experience, as you said. I know for a fact during this year there were many opportunities. That's one of the things that Leos are supposed to, experience. They're supposed to experience opportunities, and also experience leadership, and certainly that was done during the year. I know we would not have achieved everything that we set out to do, but steps were made, and we do have to make small steps, as we look towards the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I see past Council Chair Lindell Smith is logged on now, so I will invite him to present a report on behalf of the Constitutional and Bylaws Committee. Excuse me, past
Thank
Council
you,
Chair Lindell.
Thank you, Council Chairman. And let me apologize for being late. I've had that emergency work-related meeting, which I will have to get back to almost immediately. I had sent in a short written report. I was advised that Lion Pinkerton might have dealt with it, but just to make a few points quickly. I again must apologize that we weren't able to meet your 15th of April deadline, but we have, as I said in the report that I submitted, we have completed a number of the areas that we have to deal with. The only thing is to put the document together to have it in a proper form. And we have some perfectionists on the committee who will not allow it to be sent until everything is done. So we have sent essentially the timeline in which things must take place. The memorandum, what we are suggesting, Land Council Chairman, is that the present convention manual would, after we correct the discrepancies between that and the policy manual, which is really just like changing dates. For example, the policy manual might say that the council should take suggestions or people coming forward to say they will host convention for 3 years, whilst the convention manual says 2 years. And you have a number of other things like those where the times are a little different. So those we have identified and we will regularize so that they both say the same thing. Then we will set down as appendices to the convention manual, the things which must be done by the council. The first, as you would see in the report, we will ask for what is known as a request for proposal. That letters will be sent out from council at a certain time, which is in the timetable, to the Lions clubs, asking them to make a request to host a convention or a conference, those who want to. This letter will be sent out for convention some years in advance. For example, we have the persons for 2023 already, so it wouldn't affect 2023 to start from beyond that. Then those clubs or territories will respond within a certain time, which is again in the appendix to the convention manual. When they respond, the council's convention committee will go through the responses, if there are more than one, and make recommendations to the council as to which request would be accepted for which year. When that is done, the memorandum of understanding, which is also an appendix to the convention manual, would be sent by council to this club or territory which is prepared to put on the convention. This document would set out all the things to do with finances, the things to do with committees being formed, and the step-by-step process towards the convention. Now, this is therefore going to create a contractual relationship between the territory or the club putting on the convention and the council. One in which the overall control of the convention belongs to the council, and the club or territory is dealing with it on behalf of the convention. It states very clearly from the outset that all the financial obligations for the convention are obligations for council. That is, council is funding the convention, profits belong to council, losses belong to council. This is council's convention, not the countries or the clubs. It also differentiates. This is an area which would not have been done before, differentiates what are convention events as against non-convention events. For example, if a club wants to put on a boat ride, that is an event which can take place within the convention, but it's not an event which is crucial to the convention. Therefore, it's not a convention event. The club hosting the convention puts on that event at their own expense. If they make profit, they keep the profit. If they make losses, they keep the losses. Other things like you want to put on a party, those kind of things. The welcome reception is a convention event. The council banquet or the banquet at the conference, these are convention events. And of course, all the meetings are convention events. The add-ons which we have for convention, those are the club's own entrepreneur enterprises. They put that on their own risk. We are also suggesting the conventions will be over 3 days, not 4 or 5. And that when there are other things to be done, those things will be done usually in the other days, which would not be convention days. So again, if the convention is paying for room for the convention for certain persons, it's going to be paid for the period of the convention. If they want to stay on for other days, then that would be at their own or their club's expense. So I guess the major difference we are recommending is cutting down the time for convention and separating the events that the club is not, the council is not exposed to some of the losses which have taken place in the past and which really didn't have much to do with what the convention really was. So this memorandum of understanding will be signed by the club with the council. The council's convention committee, through its chairperson, will have oversight with the convention committee from the territory. That is, decisions that they make, meetings they have, will be passed to the conventions committee. The conventions committee will consider those and make recommendation to council to either accept, request changes, make modifications, etc., to those events or to whatever the program is. And when I speak of the conventions committee here, I'm also in a sense speaking of a committee involving the finance committee, because a large part of the control of the meeting has to be financial. And that's better dealt with by the finance committees and the conventions committee. So they were in tandem to see that these are done. So what you'll have is a structured arrangement with timelines to be followed at each stage between the countries and our territories putting on the convention and the council. That being done, we should be able to have at the end of the convention a proper accounting and proper administration of the whole event. In the manual as well, in the memorandum of understanding as well, it sets out when reports are to be done. For example, how long after the convention should there be a financial report, audited, unaudited, and audited report to the council, that kind of thing. And if we can achieve, well, we will achieve the completion of those documents before the 30th of June, because largely all it needs now is for the documents to be put in proper paragraphs, clauses, sentences, etc., put together properly and then sent to council. But as I said, the members of this committee would not allow it to be done unless everything is in proper order as it should be. So we are not tardy because we're not doing the work. We're just so that it is proper when it gets to council. Is the report that you can, I think the first thing we are understanding, because since 23 example of proposal for a request for proposal, so then the memorandum of understanding will be ready to be sent to that club to be signed between that club and council, and then the following timeline in which things are to be done between now and the time for that convention.
Thank you.
So that's it and Council Chairman, unless there are any questions that anybody would want me to clear up.
Thank you,
Hello?
Past Council Chair Line Lindell.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And again, I apologize, Lion.
Past Council Chair Line Lindell.
Thank you, Lion Council Chair. Again, I apologize for being late. And I have to, unfortunately, run back to another meeting now.
Yes, thanks. Thank you, Past Council Chair Line Lindell. We were having some difficulty hearing you.
Oh.
But Assembly, please bear with us a minute because you're getting this grated sound and we're trying to change over, but it's not working. Let me turn off this stuff. IT?
Yes, Land Council.
Yes, we were having some difficulty hearing Line Lindell. But anyway, thank you, Line Lindell, for presenting an update. The council, yes, you did circulate the timelines document a few days ago, and it shows that comprehensive work was done. We are certainly looking forward to the completion of the text document by the end of this fiscal year. And I am sure the incoming council chair will ensure that it's ventilated and circulated to the clubs and a vote taken at the appropriate forum. So thank you very much for your report, and thanks to the team, which comprise members of the Finance Committee and your committee, which comprise
Yes,
our
ma'am.
District Governor, Lion Thomas
Yes.
Pinkett. Thank you very much.
Thank you again. And again, I apologize for the late.
We now move on to the presentation of reports from the Information Technology and Public Relations Chair, and Carla Raphael.
Good evening, Lion Council Chair, and to all members logged on the meeting. This is the final report from the Information Technology and Communication, Public Relations and Marketing Committee for this Lionistic fiscal year, as today's date at 4th Council meeting. The information technology members, well, we have not really changed. It's Lion Carla Raphael, Chairperson, Sapphira Ilahi Bax of Sub-District 60A, Lion Wendy Labari, 60B, Lion Davy Woods of 60B, also CABSEC. Communications and Public Relations and Marketing members are Lion Shiri Salani, Chairperson, 60A, Lion Vincent Liu, 60A, Lion Carol Schuler, 60B, and Lion Andrew Superman, 60A. The goals achieved by the committee concerning the Lions eClubhouse webpage as follows. We were able to add a Leos and Leo Lions of multiple District 60, past international directors and board appointees, a separate page for district governors, and the website has been updated as of 2022. The website, the multiple district 60 website, is continuously being updated. There are some concerns concerning the website, but I'm sure the incoming council, Lion Van Camper, Lion, and the present council, Lion Denise, you all will have a conversation about that. The credentials for this website is presently held by council chairperson and the chairperson of the Marketing and Communications Committee, that is Lion Shiri Salandi. Both the eClubhouse and the website will have, and they do have, the same information. With respect to Zoom, and as Lion Nicola stated, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, online meetings have found its place indeed. We have had 548 meetings with a total of 26,692 participants, and this is for both 60A as well as 60B. For webinars, we've had 29 webinars with 8,296 participants overall. With respect to Meta, which is a combining of Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, etc., all of the social media apps, they are all being used to circulate information. And I would like to say this, not here, but I would like to say that also emails are not to be outdone, especially when it comes to getting information directly to persons, as well as disseminating information to Leo chairs to go to Leo members. The committee, we do have some recommendations, and one of them are a clearly defined contract be done with the administrator of the multiple District 60 websites, that this committee or any member of this committee continue to work with the Research and Archives Committee in order to have accurate information published on the website and on eClubhouse in a timely manner. And again, we have to be very thankful to all of the senior Lions. And when I say senior, I mean senior in years of experience as a Lion that would contact us from time to time to give us information concerning which district governor served when and which council chair, etc. So please, thank you, Lions. And if you all could continue, it is appreciated. Another of the recommendations is to continue to have a dedicated administrator on the Facebook page for the posting of Leo activities. We added Lion Avaloy, and she has been posting all the Leo activities. It was very difficult for the standing members to continuously be checking on the Leo activities, as sometimes we would not have access to the information or the photos. So Lion Avaloy does that, and we are hoping that someone stays on, even if it is not her, that someone stays on the Facebook page to ensure that Leo activities are publicized, because they do work very hard. I would like to say, or we would like to say, special thanks to the co-opted members of the committee, Lion Avaloy. We added Lion Lerato Hodge for this fiscal year to help us with posting projects from Guyana, because we're having issues with the internet in that country, but Lion Lerato is on the ball and she does a very good job. Lion Jean Blaise, who was co-opted to assist with IT and meetings. Lion Wendell Bombard, who assisted or is assisting with the meetings and the formatting of the videos so that they can be shared, and past District Governor Lion Gerald Jackson, who always presents great insights into some situations that we never thought could come about. Also, Lion Gerald Jackson, thank you so much for being on the Zoom platform and allowing us to have all of these wonderful discounts, half price for everything. Lion Van Camp, I'm throwing that out to you. Any Zoom activity that you are having, Lion Gerald Jackson can get you half price for Zoom activities. He has some shares in that organization. I would also like to thank the Leos, Leo Lions, and Lions of multiple District 60 for all of your support. Lion Council, thank you very much for the faith that you have put in us for this Lionistic fiscal year. Thank you, Lions.
Thank you very much, Carla Raphael, and your team and your co-opted members. Yes, many times I was amazed, and many times I was very thankful, but you all know I'm very appreciative of all that you did. I call on you at different times and you were very responsive. Thank you very much. You've certainly continued to put the multiple district and the sub-districts on the map in terms of sharing information and communicating with our membership in a timely manner. Thank you very much, team. I have to give that team a name, but thank you very much. We now move on to the next report, the next three reports from the Global Action Team, and we will start off with the report from the Global Leadership Team. Past Council Chair Lion Eldridge is unavoidably absent, and he's asked Past District Governor Lion Gerald Jackson to present the report on his behalf.
Thank you very much, Lion Council Chair Denise and other
Lion Gerald?
distinguished. Yes, are you hearing me? Great. Let me
I'm
start.
hearing you now.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Council Chair and other distinguished Lions, this is the report from Lion Eldridge, and I'd like to go right into it, and let's see what we have here. The Global Leadership Team coordinators for 2021-2022 were Lion Eldridge Stevens, past Council Chair, Lion Anwar Hollingworth, who is the past District Governor, and Lion Judy King of Subdistrict 60B. Looking at the main goals of the team, one was to collaborate with the GMT, GMA, and GST to further initiatives for overall development of Lions. Second was to execute the MD60 Leadership Development Plan, organize and conduct training sessions for the District Governor-elect and Vice District Governors, communicate with sub-district GLT coordinators to keep abreast of exactly what was going on with training at all levels. And of course, to promote and or conduct leadership development opportunities, such as the ELLI, RLLI, ALLI, FDI, Faculty Development Institute, and the LCIP, Certified Instructors Program. Facilitate instructor lead training and develop strategies for furtherance of training goals. I look at the progress and accomplishments that took place in the sub-district. Strengthening Leo-Lion relationship, a panel discussion took place, and again to discuss that very same issue of the Leo-Lion relationship and what can be done and what should be done about it. Incoming officer school in both in 60B and I think coming up in 60A is on target. Advanced class for Lions. Leo's interested in delivering virtual training and on the IT platform also. I think this was in 60B. Conducted cabinet officers training again, and successfully held monthly webinars, workshops on diverse topics relevant to members' development. And if you haven't heard yet of the TBT, this is a program led by the district chairperson for leadership in District 60A, sharing information on several topics of interest, as you would see noted there. Again, progress and accomplishments continued. Completion of the Advanced Lions Leadership Institute by 3 Lions from District 60, Subdistrict 60A, and the chairperson recommends that the multiple district should drive this process in order to provide an equitable opportunity for interested members. Furthermore, virtual meetings as another accomplishment and progress, virtual meetings and Lions protocol workshops. They were also held, conducted a certified guiding Lion programs. A seminar on accepting leadership roles in Lionism also took place. And in this particular information that we have here, the slide that he shared with me here, this talks about the crew that you see there and a shot across the bow. We need, as Lion Eldridge shared with me, we need to continue to find opportunities. We are in a position where we should be taking advantage of all the opportunities that we have. For if we don't, we're not going to be in the position we want to be. So he asks that we continue to find the opportunities, look for the right people, and make sure that we engage them in all activities of training and development. Let's go back quickly. Right, there we go. Not everything went well. And there was some issues where the committee felt that they felt short on the deliverables, and let's quickly look at them. The approved ELLI had to be deferred as in-person gatherings were not permitted throughout the multiple district. Proposal for establishment of a multiple district 60 faculty started the dialogue, but yet to be completed. The adoption and implementation of a MD60 supplemental training program. This course, as Lion Eldridge said, must continue into the ensuing year. And again, collaboration between sub-districts still remains a fluid issue. And he says that we can and must do better in this particular area. But all is not lost. There were some highlights, conducted workshops on leadership at the zone and club levels. A very successful leadership seminar was held during the first half of the year. The VDG seminar with a difference to bolster leaders' confidence and knowledge was held in April. Convention workshops coming up in this convention, the multiple district convention. 6 topics pertinent to members' development and success in activities await all members of the multiple district. And a relaxation of country COVID-19 restrictions and protocols. It is hoped that when this takes place, in-person training will continue in the coming year. His recommendations, 1, again, talk about the collaboration between sub-districts and suggest that the council encourage and plot a roadmap to move this forward. I think this is very critical, as he shared with me, that we are duplicating several efforts at training and development when we could be taking advantage of the synergies of both districts. Establish a support cast for continuity of the work of the GAT to be better utilized, a great platform to move the collaborative process forward. Establishment of an MD60 faculty, as we said earlier, this is in progress. Meetings were held, but it needs to continue to develop a resource for program development, for training and general support for clubs. It is time we take steps to unearth the unlimited and untapped pool of resources, the knowledge and the expertise which we all know exists in our multiple district among Lions, Leos, and non-members, and make use of the knowledge and expertise to help us develop into greater Lions, better clubs, and serve our communities to the best that we can. And to pursue the adoption of an MD60 sensitive training framework to supplement the LCI program, which simply means that we should be looking for programs or developing and designing programs with specific to the multiple district in all the issues that we face in the multiple district, to address those in also as a supplement to the LCI programs offered. And consider the introduction of a budgetary line of funding to facilitate or supplement the MD training program. These are the recommendations that he presented. And of course, simply to say, as an appreciation, to thank you to all those who assisted, that you can see on the screen there, in ensuring that the leadership team, the multiple district GLT, continues to function and deliver for the multiple district and all Lions and Leos throughout the district. So thank you very much, Lion Council Chair, on behalf of the multiple district chairman for leadership, Lion Eldridge, who unfortunately could not be with us today.
Thank you, past District Governor Lion Gerald Jackson. Yes, certainly all is not lost, but I'm still appreciative of all that has been done during this year. Certainly, there were many opportunities for growth in knowledge by our Lions and Leos based on the presentations which were made at our mid-year conference, and certainly those which will occur from tomorrow. I wish to say thank you to the full team comprising of the GLT of the sub-district for the work that they've done individually at the sub-district level, and also jointly for the multiple district. Thank you very much. I now invite past Council Chair Nadine Bushell, Global Membership Team Coordinator, to present her report. Past Council Chair Nadine.
Good afternoon, Council Chair Denise, other members of Council, distinguished Lions, my fellow Lions and Leos. I would like to present this report on the global membership, the global membership and the GMT for 2021, global membership approach, and the GMT, global membership team report for 2021-2022. And this was done in collaboration with the coordinators from District 60A and District 60B. Allow me to recognize them now. From District 60A, the GMT and GME coordinator, which was Lion Blossom Manboard. For the District 60B, the GMT coordinator, Lion Leandra Lewis, and the District 60B Global Membership Approach Coordinator, past District Governor June McCarthy. Just to give some statistics in terms of comparing how we were in July when we started 2021 and now May 2022, 60A started with 58 clubs, but currently, because they have cancelled one club, they now have 57 clubs. However, of the 57 clubs, we have 56 active and one club currently is in status quo. 60B started with 60 clubs, but they are now at 59 clubs because they lost 2 clubs, which would have brought them down to 58, but they chartered a new club, which brought them back up to 59. So in total for the multiple district, the club count right now is 116 clubs with 115 being active with 1 club in status quo. However, we should note that for the year, we had 3 canceled clubs. With respect to the membership figures, in July, we started the multiple district with 3,570 members. we now have 3,693 members, which was a net gain of 127 members. 23 of those members came from 60A and 76 came from 60B. In terms of the current member counts in each territory, in 60A, we have 1,641, and in 60B, 2,052. In terms of the average member count per club, in 60A, it's 29, and in 60B, it's 34, which actually is an improvement from where we were at the start of the year. In terms of clubs with less than 20 members, which with 20 members or less, we have 16% of our clubs in 60A have under 20 members or 20 members and less. And in 60B, we have 11 clubs that fall into that category. We also have a significant improvement with respect to clubs that have balances over 90 days, which is an indicator of club health. We have 8 clubs in 60A and 9 clubs in 60B. And these figures were the figures as at May 18th, 2022, which was 2 days ago. With respect to the goals for this year, we had focused on new member recruitment as a critical thing that we wanted to focus on. And we wanted to assist clubs by providing them with some templates, guidelines to assist in the recruitment of members and quality members. And in that vein, as you know, in the media conference, we had a workshop that focused on building the member profile, looking at ways that we can assess the member suitability, some practical approaches to that, and how we can engage the new member when those members join the association. I'm happy to say that we did actually develop a guide with suggested items for the membership profile and practical ways to assess the potential member suitability. So the committee will be imploring that in the future that clubs utilize the guide. It's not very long, it's about 6 pages. So it has some useful tools there, and we really would like you to use it to assist in ensuring that the members that you bring into the association are members that we really want, that would add value, and who would be happy to serve alongside us. In the area of the LEO involvement and development, as you know, the committee supported the LEO team with the LEO membership program by assisting them in mapping out the concept for the program and assisted in the design of the survey. And what we have to work now with the LEO committee, we have to provide support to them in the upcoming year to get the program off the ground, because the LEOs did participate in the survey, so it's important that the continuity follows up in that regard. I want to highlight the activities that the 2 districts were involved in for the period. So for 60A, they focused on the launch of the Ask Just One campaign with clubs. They executed at the individual club level, where members within clubs looked at the member satisfaction surveys to better their membership experience. This was encouraged by the GMT group in 60A. And as usual, the presentations at zone and region meetings on membership growth and retention took place. In the 3 regions, there were induction ceremonies, and there's a planned ombudsman program for each of the territories. 3 ombudsmen, I understand, for each of the countries in 60E. With respect to 60B, they focused on town hall meetings, emotional intelligence, code of conduct as an example of the meetings that they held. They had training workshops with Lions and Leo clubs, and like 60A, they focused on presentations at zone and region meetings. Also, they had a district worldwide induction day program where they inducted 49 Lions and 80 Leos. And they also had a district competition for the top 7 clubs that inducted the most Lions. And those clubs received a grant for the new Lions to undertake a service project. Also of note, they chartered a Barbados Roaring Virtual Lions Club that consisted of 34 charter members. We'd like to congratulate them on this initiative and to wish them every success. Additionally, in 60B, there was a focus, especially this is from the global membership approach, revitalizing clubs with new members. They shared templates for the members on recruitment and orientation. They did presentations to assist clubs in focusing on their own readiness to accept members into their clubs. There was a professional development seminar with UTech Jamaica, focusing on the importance of running a service organization. Of course, they encouraged membership surveys, and there was a succession planning webinar. Some challenges highlighted by the members of the team, which they encountered this year or they observed this year. The loss or reduction in income for many of our members as a result of the pandemic proved to be a critical factor that clubs now have to take into consideration with existing members. Not all clubs were able to successfully navigate the virtual environment. As usual, interpersonal conflicts exist in many of the clubs. This also results in members lacking motivation, and there's a general consensus that insufficient attention is paid to selection and orientation processes in clubs. So we're hoping that the guide would also assist clubs, especially with the selection process. In terms of administration, a number of clubs are not reporting their membership, report regularly. And the committee members complain that when they offer tools to the clubs, they are not getting the feedback from the clubs as to whether the tools were effective or if they use the tools, which is important to help the GAT team members and the GMT in particular to assist clubs in a relevant and practical way. Some areas for follow-up. We need, with respect to retention and engagement of members, we need to assist clubs with developing a member strategy, which covers recruitment, orientation, retention, succession planning, and leadership development, to give them guides on that. And there needs to be combined discussions across the multiple districts on how we can really involve members in a way that they would be happy to be involved while maintaining the tenets of the organization. We also need to focus on conflict management techniques. With respect to COVID-19, while many of us think it's waning, it is presenting an opportunity for us to adjust to the new normal and to return to some of what we knew before. So it's important for clubs to determine with adequate discussion the best mix of face-to-face and virtual, virtual or hybrid meetings with a view to maintaining efficient club operations, proper engagement of members, fellowship opportunities for the members, proper engagement of the community, maintaining the participation of diaspora members, and recognizing the effects of the environment that we're currently in on member well-being. In terms of coordination, we need the GMT and GLT in particular to work closely together to design training and other interventions for clubs with membership challenges, not only workshops, but maybe some specific hand-holding sessions or mentoring sessions. We need to work with the LEO program to find ways to increase the meaningful participation of LEOs in the activities in the MD, and to find ways to increase interaction and learning between Lions and LEOs. And as I said earlier, to support the LEO committee to establish the mentorship program. It's important that we follow up on these activities as you see their successes in the follow-up. So I'd like to use this opportunity to thank the council chair and the members of council for the opportunity to serve and to encourage the multiple district to recognize that without the membership, we are nothing, and it's important for us to pay critical attention to the membership issues that exist in the multiple district. With this, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, past Council Chair Lion Nadine, for your comprehensive report. No need for me to paraphrase what has been said, but we will certainly share this and other reports with the incoming council, and they will take it from there. I am very appreciative of the work that the committee did during this fiscal year. You have one good product, well, more than one actually, the guidance for the mentorship and also the member recruitment strategy, which we are encouraging clubs to adopt, even though there may be some unique issues which they will have to address. The strategy developed at the multiple district level certainly is a useful guide, very useful guide in our part of this world. Thank you very much, past Council Chair Lion Lady. I now invite the Global Service Team Coordinator, Lion Dave Scarlett, to present his report. Lion Dave.
I'm here, Lion Council Chair. Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. Lion Council Chair Denise, other members of council, distinguished Lions, guests, Leos if there are any, my fellow Lions, good evening. This is the final report of the Global Service Team to the 4th Council of Governors meeting, Friday, May 20, 2022. The members of my team, Lion Dr. Sarah Gordon, who manages the business in 60A, and Lion Elfa Smith, who manages 60B. Achievements, lessons learned, and recommendations. You will recall that we had 8 objectives, and we added a 9th as we moved along. As it relates to the business of single district projects, we had focused on grow boxes, and based on reporting, moderate results have been achieved in this objective. In sub-district 60A, one club continued in its quest to plant vegetables in partnership with a local chapter of the Girl Guides Association. The produce is used to supplement the meal offering at the senior citizens' home. Now, using the hashtag Let's Green Cayman, one club in District 60B went on a mission to plant trees. Additionally, this club built 3 huge grow boxes, filled them with soil, and planted vegetables, which, when harvested, supplemented the meals of 3 needy families with indigence. The multiple district chair continued to work as a resource chairperson, and I had the opportunity to facilitate a My LCI session with one Lions Club, as well as support the members of the team with their objectives. The promised My Lions session to be staged with select district and cabinet officers will take place in June. As it concerns integration and support of Leos in service, I'd like to pause to congratulate and perhaps underscore Lion Nicholas' report by saying that the Leo district chairpersons in our multiple districts are to be highly congratulated. Through the support of the Leos, their Leo advisors, as well as their Leo advisors, more clubs are reporting using the My Lion app, and as a result, one district has achieved the goal set for reporting by this multiple district service team. Availability and requirements of LCI grants and so on. As it concerns the business of alternate fundraising, the chair researched and found a document which details a number of LCI grants along with the requisite criteria to be able to benefit from each grant. This document is to be shared in a familiarization session as we try to diversify and get financial support for offering service providers. The title of the article is listed there, as well as the source. As it concerns LCI service initiatives, our multiple district has again been encouraged to participate in the Lions Diabetes Online Awareness Campaign, championed by Lion Vinod Devasya, Melvin Jones Fellow, who hails from India. High performers will be recognized during this multiple district convention. As it concerns the Kindness Matters Service Awards, we have achieved this at 100%. The only thing I'd like to say, because we have already reported the details at the last council meeting, is that nominations window will open come July 1 and will run until October 31 for the upcoming fiscal year. Lions and Leo clubs are being encouraged to make submissions. This relates to service projects completed during this fiscal year, 21-22. And I'd like to just pause here to congratulate the Leo Club of Lime Key Cyber from Sub-District 60B. This was the only club, the only Leo club that is, that made a submission, and Lions Clubs International offered a certificate of recognition for the support they gave to that particular program. As we continue, as it relates to Lions and Leos engaging in active reporting, and you will recall we had set 80% as the benchmark for reporting as the LCIF report. As of May 17, the reporting percentages are as follows. District 68, 80%, an increase of 3 percentage points over the last reporting period. And I'd like to pause here to congratulate every single Lion and Leo club in sub-district 68 that reported. They moved reporting from something like 67% when we started all the way to 80%, and they have achieved the 80% as set by the multiple district service team. As it relates to District 60B, we are at, that is District 60B is at 75%, a decrease of 1% over the last period. This resulted from a new club being added, and these lands have not yet started to report. Additionally, 2 clubs were closed during the first half of the year, and it appears that they're still somehow affecting our reporting percentage. The multiple district continues to be 3 percentage points away from the goal set by our team. As it concerns the International Peace Poster competition, 100% achieved. Lions clubs that wish to participate in this calendar year's competition are being advised that contest kits have been available since January 15, and the order window will close on October 1, 2022. Of interest, this year's theme is Lead with Compassion. I have an update. Lions Online Diabetes Awareness Campaign for 21-22 that I had mentioned earlier, the second district initiative. Both our district governors have been recognized as stars for the work their single districts are doing with this year's campaign. Of note, surveys completed as of May 17, Subdistrict 60A has a total of 13,498, while Subdistrict 60B has 4,810. Recommendation, we have some time to be and play catch up. The campaign has several offerings. You'll notice on the left-hand side of my screen, the logo that has been used for this year's campaign. And they have recognized persons who have supported. And in this line here, you have the persons from 60B and 60A. This line Elva, line Dave, my good friend from 60A, Trinidad, I'm not remembering her name just now, and line Sarah. As we head towards a close, this is the report of the Insights report snippet as taken on May 17. This is a reference to the 77% here, and you'll notice having filtered the 60A and 60B, we're still at 77 since the last report. But of course, District 60B on its own is at 75 and District 60A is at 80. The MyLine metrics as at May 17, we have the filter again. We're looking only at service projects, not the total activities. The number of persons served, 590,702, 2,248 service activities. You'll see the figure here for volunteer hours, which is just under 85,000. And you will also notice that it's just about $1.4 million donated and just under $500,000 for funds raised. If you look closely at the service activities here, we're looking at 60A, completing 616, 60B, 1,632, and you'll notice the figures as delineated here by column for the 5 global causes. Lion Council Chairperson, on behalf of the multiple district service team, I'd like to say that it's with a deep sense of gratitude that I thank you for offering me the opportunity to serve on this team. Thanks also for your continuous support and leadership, and I wish for you the very best for the remainder of the fiscal year and beyond. I would have hoped in my report that I would have shown that it is the case that where it is that we wish to promote certain things, I would have opened up the window for that. So I've shown where it is that we can apply, when the things open, and so on. But generally speaking, for all Lions and Leos, I'd like to thank you so much, each and every one of you, for the service you continue to provide, despite the business of COVID. Continue to be safe, and God bless you all. Thank you so much, Lion Council Chair.
Thank you, Line Dave Scarlett, and I echo the sentiments that you've expressed in relation to the work done by the Lions and Leos of our multiple district. Certainly, the Lions and Leos have consolidated and have done much more this year. So there is growth. And I just want to say thank you to everyone and thank you to your team for guiding the Lions and Leos during this year. Thank you very much. I now invite Lanina Noseworthy Cohen, the coordinator for the LCIF Campaign 100. Committee. Lanina?
Yes, I'm Council Chair, I'm on.
Yes.
And Carla, can you put on my, okay, thanks. Thank you so much. Land Council Chairperson Denise Bentic, Progressive American Jones Fellow. Land District Governor for 60A, Jerry Hoffman, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow. Land District Governor for 60B, Claudia Vincampo, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow. All other distinguished Leos and Lions in the virtual audience, good evening. This is a short report for the end of our Lionstic year 2021-2022. Although the year is not yet over, Land Council Chair, between 60A, I'm hearing a feedback. Thank you. Between 60A and 60B, we have been able to name approximately 63 Melvin Jones Fellows and Progressive Melvin Jones Fellows to the end of April 2022. Based on club's pledges and the change of administration functions during May and June, our donations will increase tremendously. It is our giving that finally counts. Thanks to all our donors and congratulations to our beneficiaries. We are indebted to you all. A cookbook with the Caribbean Lions has had some issues that had to be corrected, which made it a project that now has the potential to be the success that it is. Thanks to the generosity of Council of Governors, the issues of paying for recipes, book orders, shipping to the various territories have been corrected. And the Council gave permission for Multiple District 60 to use its bank accounts in Trinidad to receive electronic bank transfers and credit card payments. Finally, 60B has been able to collect and submit all payments using these methods. Thanks to our Council Chairperson Denise and her team, we have been able to now regularize everything collect all our payments for the recipes, sort out the issues of payments for and distribution of cookbooks, managing shipping and transportation. I think that we can now agree to the success of this fundraiser, which, if managed properly, can last for a very long time. This is a gift to Multiple District 60. It is largely due to the efforts of our LCI district coordinators, and a special thanks to Lan Claire, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, who just did not give up. Thanks, Lan Claire. Our Multiple District 60 started and remained with one model club, the Lions Club of Grand Cayman. Congratulations, Lions Club of Cayman. You continue to make us proud. From the very beginning, they started with this. I now congratulate two other clubs, the Rima Lions Club in 60A and the St. Michael's Club in 60B. They have taken up the challenge to be model clubs. And by the end of 2024, if all works well, our multiple district should have 3 model clubs. What an achievement for our multiple district. We have the time to achieve the status, so let us work to that end. As our final last lick for 2021-2022, I see your smiling Land Council Chair. you like the last bit. Our district coordinators have purchased lapel pins, which will be sold to ladies and gentlemen for their ladies to seal the fundraisers and donations for this year. This is another great project from another multiple district, but we have borrowed and we now need your support to make it work. Please support Lion Claire Williams and Lion Elaine McMasters in their efforts to achieve this goal. Thanks to Lion Past Council Chairman Maxine Cummings, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, Lion Raven Shanor, Melvin Jones Fellow, and Lion Monica Felix. Your work made all the difference to me this year. And Council Chair, sorry. I would like to thank my two district coordinators. And I would like to, that is Lion Claire and Lion Peaches, and I'd like to thank you and your team. You gave me the support and gave us the support that we needed. You stood by us, you supported us, and you guided us. Thank you for all that you've done, and we wish you all the very best in the coming years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lion Ina, and thanks to you and your team in moving the Campaign 100 initiative further in our multiple district. Our multiple district has certainly reaped the benefits in terms of the work which was done at the sub-district level, and our contributions have increased. And in addition to that, we have 2 new initiatives which will also contribute funds to the LCIF campaign. But I must say that it is the view of council and other members that the cookbook initiative should continue beyond this fiscal year. There is the possibility that it could become something very, very great. Thank you very much, Lion Ina and team.
Thank you. Thanks, Council Chair.
We are now at item 11. There are no resolutions at this point in time, so we move on to agenda item 11, update on the 42nd Multiple District Convention. And I now invite past Council Chair, Lion John E. Banks, to present an update. Lion John.
Thank you, Lion Council. Lion Council Chairperson, Lion Denise, other distinguished members of the audience, and in the virtual audience, Leos, my fellow Lions, good evening. As of today, we are extremely proud to report that the committee has, as of today, Friday, the 20th of May, 2022, received 162 registrations from members online and 100 in person. 3 Leos online and 3 Alpha Leos in person. Registration is still coming in, and thanks to you, Lion Council Chair, and your committee. And please note that the 2 weeks we had an increase in registration from 34 online on the 6th of May, with an increase of 128 online by the 20th of May. And thanks again to you, Lion Council, for your team on that and for promoting the registration heavily. On the Leo Forum, the committee has decided to announce that they can still use the registration form provided online and send the same registration to the registration chairperson directly to her email address on the form, and we will accept the fact that they could not afford to pay the $2.7, $2.70 CI for the registration. We did not anticipate that that would be, because we did say that it was free. Leos were free, but we did not anticipate there was a charge per person to Event Pro. And for that, I must apologize. But all is not lost. I still feel comfortable that we will still gain some report once we can get it out there. And I'll ask the CAPSEC to forward it as quick as possible and send the registration forms to the registration chairperson directly to her email, and we will solicit it from there. Line DG, Claudio, I hope you understand the situation we're in with, in regards to change of the timing. And I hope and I look forward for a good amount of Lions and Leos, even online. The more the merrier, and the less burden we will have to bear. That is council and the committee. Any questions, any observations, anything that I can help or answer with, but I'm looking forward. Everything is in place. And we haven't changed any of our catering as yet, because we still have a few more days. Thank God for the local people that are understanding the situation we were in. And we will finalize by Monday afternoon latest our numbers for catering purposes. That is for those that are in persons. And online, we're sorry that you can't be here with us. And we appreciate your concern, and we understand the situation surrounding the universe in regards of the COVID and etc. We don't have to go far, and we don't have to look for many excuses not to come here. But I think that was the biggest obstacle in our way, and with bad timing for us as the Cayman Zone 4C clubs in that regard, because we were looking so much forward for the in-person relation and bringing it back to what we knew our multiple district convention ought to look like. And we had great plans for that. We're still going ahead with a mini version of that. So you'll still be entertained properly. Thank you. Thank you ever so much. And I must say, Line Council, I must say I thank you for the opportunity given me and the directives from you and the council in regards of for us to get this far, because we had to knock heads several times to accomplish our goals and objectives, but we have arrived at a final decision. Thanks be to the help of all, and I think we can now breathe a sigh of fresh air that we will have this as expected, the circumstances that surround us. Thank you much.
Yes, thank you very much, past Council Chair John and your team. I know there were many twists and turns, but you and your team were very responsive to the many questions from council and the various iterations that you had to go through, for us to reach this point. But I now open the floor for any questions from the Assembly. Any clarification needed? Let me see if there's any question in the chat. No. Okay. If there are no questions, Lions, and Leos, I still encourage you to register. Yes, we did recognize that problem, that issue that the Leos were facing, but we have a very confident Leo chairperson in the person of Line Nicola Calendar, and she says she will do all she has to do to ensure that we have an audience and assembly on Saturday morning. She feels that the we should proceed with the Leo Forum.
I do.
And I know she and her team, Lion Avaloy and Mark Nickel and the others and the Leo Commission Chair, they will do what is necessary.
Thank you.
Thank you to you and your team.
You're welcome, madam.
Thank you. Past Council Chair Line John, I think I'll address it under any other business. Sorry about that. We now move on to item 12, an update on the 104th LCI convention, the MD60 cocktail and the parade uniform. Line Patricia Gray.
Land Council, you're both muted.
Okay, thank you very much, Lions, for your patience. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we are.
Thanks for your patience, Lions. I first would like to discuss our... Am I being heard?
Yes, Line Council Secretary Treasurer.
Line Carla, am I being heard?
Yes, you are here. We are hearing you, Line Patricia. Yes, we are hearing you.
Lions, just bear with us. IT, are you hearing us?
Yes, Line Council, we are hearing you.
Yeah, go look. You can't stop sharing. You have to do this stuff.
Lines, are you hearing me now? Lines, are you now?
Yes, Line Council, we are hearing
Lines, are you now? Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience.
Lion Park, there's a lot of
Okay, so we're looking at
You need to take off the volume on one of the devices.
mine is off. Mine is off. Mine is off. Mine is off. Okay, I hope this is better now.
No, that is off.
Our vote is off.
Yes, Lion
Hello,
Park.
are we okay now?
Yes, we are hearing you clearly.
Okay, okay, thank you. I'm so sorry about that. So the parade, the information for the parade, the International Parade of Nations. The parade details, the date of the parade is the 25th of June, Saturday, 25th of June, 2022. And the delegation assembly point, assembly time is 9 a.m. We have been assigned the assembly area gray. And the information for the parade uniform, we will recall that that was previously shared. And so Lions in the different territories now are being innovative in terms of the availability of materials in sufficient supply. Our participants on the parade are reminded to wear their convention name badges and the convention ribbon. This will be issued before the parade. I think this is all the basic information which we need to have in terms of our parade on Saturday morning, 25th of June, 2022. I don't know if there are any questions on this.
Not Lions and Leos, are there any questions pertaining to the parade? If not, we proceed to the next report, which is on the joint cocktail.
The reception of multiple District 60 and District 63. The customary joint reception of multiple District 60 and District 63 during our international convention will be held on Sunday, 26th of June, one day after the other, and between the hours of 7:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. Upon the advice that there was no available accommodation at the assigned hotels, the Convention Events Committee has allocated reception space in the Convention Center, the Palais. And persons have been asking about the display and sharing of their island or country signature items.
Is in the bathroom.
Items of and treats. I would invite Lions who are interested in doing so to make contact with either myself Lion Shibiki Kazaman, first Vice District Governor 60A, or Lion Nick Costa, first Vice District Governor 60B, so that necessary arrangements could be made to accommodate such an activity. I know that, in the past, persons really enjoyed that side table, if I may call it that, with items from the different countries, including, sweet treats and a little bit of alcohol and so on in small amounts, and craft items and so on, which we might want to share with our counterparts in the different territories. So that is also possible. And that is the only way that will also allow us to take in a little bit of beverage, because otherwise it's not allowed. The committee has made desperate effort to keep the cost a minimum, with consideration for all the surrounding dynamics. And so with diligent calculations, a contribution of $50 US is determined for the attendance at the reception. We want to ensure that no one attending the convention is denied the opportunity to attend the reception. And so we want to be able to cater adequately. So we therefore ask for the assistance of region chairs or a designated person who will check and let us know how many persons will attend. This information we would like to have by the 5th of June, so that we'll ensure that, proper contact is made and so on for adequate catering, etc., and other arrangements which are to be done. I can entertain any questions, Lion Council.
Thank you, Lion Park. Any
Yeah, yes, Lion Council Chair. I just have,
questions from
I
Lions and Leos?
yes, Council Chair. I have a question regarding.
Yes.
It was said that you all received a list of who all from MD60 is going. Can we get a copy of that so we can contact the persons that are going regarding the attendance of the cocktail?
Yes,
Yeah,
certainly.
yes,
I can send it this evening.
Thank you very much.
yes, it will be shared. So far, it's 114 persons, I think, were
Yes.
registered, if I recall. But we'll share it. Thank you. Any further questions? Okay, thank you, Council Secretary Treasurer, for the update. And Lions, you know yourselves, you've registered, and we also invite you to be a part of the cocktail, which is being hosted jointly by District 63 and our multiple district. The committee that is organizing this aspect comprise the Council Secretary, like Patricia Gray, the two first Vice District Governors from 60A and 60B, Line Shibiki Kazabon and Line Nicholas DeCosta, and we have Line Stephanie Eduardo of District 63. They're coordinating the plans for the cocktail. Thank you very much. We now move on to item 13, questions and remarks. And I invite, I don't recall seeing Line Shafani logged on here. Is board appointee Line Shafani logged on?
Council Secretary, no, she's not.
Okay. So I now invite board appointee, past international director, Line Nicklin Carrotmore, to bring some brief remarks. Greetings.
Thank you, Lion Council Chair. Lion Council Chair Denise, other members of council, Leos, my fellow Lions, thank you for this opportunity to bring greetings to the council and to the members assembled here. Our district has a distinctive feature. We have only 2 sub-districts, This has resulted in an agreement that allows us to alternate the position between the two sub-districts. This means that our council chair is different from those in other districts, in most districts worldwide actually, where you are not elected by your peers. You just know that it's your turn to be council chair. One might ask if this poses any disadvantage to the holder of the position as opposed to being elected. As a Lion involved in MD leadership for more than 15 years, I would say that I don't think that this has been a negative effect. I think our council chairs have been quite successful. This year has been no exception. It really is no easy task to lead a council in initiatives where the district governors are the leading administrators of their respective districts. In fact, each is his own boss. And you heard the GLT report address some of the opportunities that are possible for improving our multiple district. However, I believe that our council worked assiduously at initiatives that have the welfare of our MD as the ultimate objective. This council has been faced with several unusual circumstances. It is to your credit that you have steered the ship well. We are actually looking forward to a very successful first attempt at a hybrid convention next week. As I congratulate you, Lion Denise, on your leadership, I also thank Lion District Governors Claudio and Jerry for their commitment to the welfare of our multiple district. Lions in the audience, I know you have appreciated this opportunity to see our council at work. Leos, my fellow Lions, I thank you for your attention and I urge you to continue to be safe. Thank you, Lion Denise.
Thank you, Board appointee, Lion Nicklin Carramore, for your sentiments. And certainly I must acknowledge also your guidance. Whenever you were contacted, you were able to provide clear guidance to myself, which was also imparted to the other members of council. Thank you
You're
very
very
much.
welcome. You're very welcome, Lion Council Chair.
We now move on to my remarks, which will be brief. But I want to start off my remarks with a quote, and it says, "He who looks over his shoulder cannot see that which lies ahead." And that quote is from Francis B. Lerardi, who is the founder of the National Braille Press. He who looks over his shoulder cannot see that which lies ahead. Lions and Leos, I could tell you there were many times when I would say both I and we, based on conversations, we could not see what lied ahead because of the environment in which we were operating in, the dispensation which existed at that time.
And council,
But we could not, yes.
I'm sorry, but we are not seeing you on the screen. Is your camera off?
Oh, sorry about that. But did you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you fine.
But I could. Yes. Did you hear me?
Yes, Lion Council, we are hearing you, but we cannot see you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me continue. Sorry about that, Assembly. Yes. As I was saying, there were many times, when we during this dispensation, when we thought, well, what is next? But we had to look ahead. We could not look over our shoulder. We just had to forge ahead. And what I would say is that the entire multiple district, the sub-districts, we have all forged ahead during this period. So I simply want to say thank you to all the Lions and Leos. You've all contributed in no small way. I know many of us have had some challenges due to this COVID pandemic where we experienced losses, loss, we experienced ill health, and many, many other things. But we still forge ahead. We provided comfort to those that needed it. But we also tried to execute what we had planned to do. We have not achieved all was not lost anyway, but we still made an impact. Capacity was built, there was vision. I'm sure you heard from the reports some of the actions and strategies which are being recommended, those which have started and those which should continue. All in all, I would say we have consolidated all the gains that we made in prior years. We have built new bridges and we are ready to take on the next phase. Thank you, Lions, for attending this evening's Council of Governors meeting. Without you, it would not have been worthwhile. And I look forward to all of you who are in attendance here, and I hope you will encourage other Lions to register to attend the multiple district convention, the activities which start from tomorrow. We do have workshops which commence tomorrow, and there are a slew of workshops and very interesting workshops, and many of them are responsive to the needs and the requests which you Lions and Leos made over the period. So thank you all once again, and I look forward to great things. I now move on to any other business, and I just want to mention here, if there are no other business to be raised from the floor, and I would just invite past Council Chair Line Johnny Banks to just provide an update on the future multiple district conventions. That report on the bids we have received today and the status in terms of the mid-year conventions. You missed that in our early report, but I would just like it to be brought to this assembly at this point.
And Council, I'm looking for it. I know I have it.
In the meantime, I will ask IT to line up
I have it.
the other slides.
Also.
Yes. Yes, you proceed.
This is regarding the hosting of the multiple district convention, 6th convention in May 2023. We're proud to say that the St. Martin Lions Club, with reference to the correspondence of January 11, 2022, from District Governor 60B, Lion Claudio Boncampo, Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, pertaining to the subject, the board of St. Martin Lions Club would like to make a bid to host the special event. And I think we congratulate the St. Martin Lions for taking on the initiative to host this club and this meeting. And I'm thinking that this will be all in person. I'm looking forward to that. So we can shake hands again at least. Thank you, Lion Claudio. And your team. And then regards of the multiple district convention for 2024, it's the Lions Club of Antigua has offered to host this in Antigua in 2024. That one I have. I not sure I got the dates right. I'm trying to check my minutes here. Lion Council, could you help me with the dates on that one? I'm not sure I got that right. Oh, I got it. And it reads as follows. Dear Lion Denise, Progressive Melvin Jones, the Antigua Lions Club hereby wishes to make an application to the Multiple District 60 Council to host the 2024 Multiple District Convention in Antigua. In 2024, Lion Alan Alexander, Progressive Melvin Jones, member of our Lions Club, will be elected to serve as district governor, incoming district governor, Sub-District 60B for the year 2024-2025 fiscal year. It would therefore be a difficult honor, a distinct honor for Lion Alan Alexander, Progressive Melvin Jones, to celebrate with his home club and family of this momentous occasion. We thank you in advance for your consideration and look forward to a favorable response from you. Yours in Lionism, Lion David Mathis.
Don't forget.
That's from the Antigua Lions Club. And that's all I have today.
Thank you very much, Past Council Chair Lion John. And just to add, we have not received any bids for the hosting of the mid-year conventions from 2022 to 2025. However, I was advised by District Governor Claudio, who is the incoming council chair, that the incoming council has deliberated and agreed that the mid-year conference for 2022 will be a virtual one. But I will invite Lion Claudio, if he wants to make any other announcements at this point in time, to do so.
Yes, good evening, fellow Lions. As mentioned, Lion Council Chair, the incoming council has briefly discussed and seeing that no club had offered to hold the mid-year, we have decided that it will be a complete virtual meeting, and also it will be of a different format of what has happened in the past. We're trying to put so many things in together in a couple of days because of costing and everything. So we are looking at just having the meeting, the mid-year meeting virtually, and workshops and all of that will be done at other dates. So that's the initial plan, but the incoming council will further sit down and discuss that and bring out the information in early July on the way forward. But that's the intent as of now.
Thank you very much, District Governor Claudio. Are there any other business at this point in time? Okay, if there are no other business, we now move on to item 15, presentations. And Lions, just to note, more presentations will be done at the multiple district convention. Tonight, we just want to recognize those persons who have worked diligently during this year, who are members of the multiple district committees. Some of the multiple district committees, as I indicated, other presentations will be made during the multiple district convention. As I alluded to earlier, I am personally aware that many of the Lions face personal challenges during this year, but they still soldiered on and delivered to the best of their ability. And I want to say, as council chair, I recognize all of your effort, and It is appreciated. And on behalf of the entire council, we say thank you. So the certificates will be streamed. And of course, you will note that we've grouped them because you've worked in committees. You have not worked alone. And we have them being streamed there. We have the members of the GMT, led by past Council Chair Nadine Rochelle. We have the members of the GLT, led by past Council Chair Elrich Stevens. The members of the GST, led by Dave Scarlett. The members of the LCIF committee, led by Ina Noseworthy Cohen. We have the members of the Constitutional and Bylaws committee, led by past Council Chair Lindell Smith. We have the members of the Finance Committee, led by past District Governor Isaac Solomon. We have the members of the Communication, Public Relations and Marketing team, led by Cherise Salandi, and also the members of the Information, Technology and Social Media team, led by Carla Raphael. I must note that Carla Raphael was also the overall coordinator of both the PR and Information Technology team. We also have the New Voices Committee, led by Alison Bishop Payne. We have the Leo Program Committee, which was led by Nicola Calendar. And we have some other committees. The last one I want to recognize tonight is the Research and Archives Committee, led by past Council Chair Sherwin Greenwich. And their names, the members of the committee, those names are on those certificates. The other committees, your work is not done, so announcements will be made later. We do have some statutory committees, and the announcements will be made later. We will email these certificates to the respective recipients. As I said before, you worked as a group, so it's a team certificate, but you will all receive a copy of that certificate. Thank you very much. My only regret is that I'm not able to meet all of you in person to shake your hands and compliment you on what you've done this year. You've certainly kept our district alive. I now invite District Governor of 60B, Claudio Boncampa, to move the vote of thanks.
Good evening, my fellow Lions and Leos. As we have reached the end of this very wonderful Council of Governors meeting, it's my privilege to be able to thank some of the Lions that have made this meeting great. Let me first start by thanking our District Governor from 60A, Lion Jerry, for a wonderful invocation and reflection. The following person I'm going to thank, our Cabinet Secretary Treasurer. You know, she has been giving us updated reports throughout the entire year and well put together. So let me thank her for a great job and for presenting the financial reports tonight, the bills of payments, and also her task for presenting regarding the parade in Montreal and also the cocktail gathering. Tonight also, many committees have presented great reports and an update on our multiple districts. And let me thank all of these committees, Lions Nicola, Lions Carla, Nadine, Anna, Dave, Lion Gerald, and also Lion Lindell. You all did a great job in updating the entire district, multiple district, on the progress of what we have done so far this year and where we can still improve. Let me thank Lion John. Lion John, I know it has not been an easy road with planning this convention. As we know, COVID-19 has put in a lot of challenges on us and countries have been changing, but still your committee has continued, how you call it, to be able to update and amend to the new realities. And I must commend you and your team for the great work on the upcoming convention that you're doing. Let me also thank our board appointee, past International Director Lion Nicholson, for her great inspiring words. And I do agree with you, our district still has some items to work on, and we will continue as a multiple district to work on them. And yes, the team has also done a great job under the present conditions that we have. Finally, you know, everyone that has been partaking here in this meeting, I know I have seen up to, I think, 125 persons that have been attending. Let me thank all of you for joining our fourth and final Council of Governors meeting. Without you, Lions, we cannot do this. But my last thank you is, of course, our Chief Executive Officer, as we will call him, the leader of this pack, our Council Chair. Done a great job in this meeting and in your entire leadership of our multiple district for this Lionistic year. And I must thank you for your great leadership and the continuous running of your meetings. So it was a great meeting, and thank you for that great leadership that you're giving to us. Finally, this was my task to thank all of you, and it was a pleasure having everyone here tonight. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, District Governor Claudio. And of course, I could not have done it without the team, as I said before. So Lions, we have come to the end. Tomorrow is another day. We start off with the workshops. And I hope to see all of you there, along with the other persons who have registered for the workshop. This meeting is now adjourned at 8:59. Let me conclude it before 9. Thank you very much.